We can actually do some of the damage right on the initial filling. Okay, so what we're setting up here is our new startup system. So we've got a large tank here, which allows us to add the chemicals directly to the tank here. So we're not trying to add chemicals to the water itself, where there's only maybe 100 gallons of water in there because the chemical concentration gets too intense right at that one point. It's critical that we test the calcium literally right as we're getting ready to fill the pool. And what we do, we've got a bag of calcium right here. We will actually adjust per the Orenda app is what we use. We'll adjust per this specific pool exactly how much calcium is going to be needed. We'll add it to the bucket here, and then it'll actually be just slowly trickling down into the pool while we've got other hoses going, so that we're not adding too hard of a water, too much chemicals at any one point. And this allows us to balance the water as it's filling, as opposed to coming in a day or two later, which we found to be pretty problematic. We can actually do some of the damage right on the initial filling. So we've started doing this system now. Pretty basic system. We just got a hose bib hooked up with a line going down. It's just filling to the bottom of this tank so that we're constantly getting the mixing. A traditional pool vacuum hose is all we're using. And then the other end is just going to suspend down into the pool. I always like to put a couple of floats on here. As the pool starts to fill up, the hose will actually lift as well. And so we're not having the hose sitting on the bottom for any length of time. All right, so right here at the beginning, we're using the Orenda SC1000 today. And this really keeps all of the calcium and everything in suspension, and it really cuts down on the plaster dust and all of that. As opposed to the calcium that we always want to add in the bucket back here, the SC1000 we can add right to the pool, and that's the recommended way to add it, is right during initial fill up. We've already got our mark ticked off on the bucket, so we know exactly how much we're adding. Just pour it right down the drain there. Really simple, but it will make the overall plaster appearance be so much more clean and uniform. It makes the whole startup procedure so much more pleasant. All right, so we're going to get ready to test the fill water. So we have filled up our bucket. This is with the fill water for today. And so again, it's real critical that this water gets tested at the point of startup. We've seen calcium fluctuations even between a couple of days. So I always like to test it right here in the bucket using a good high quality test kit. All right, and as expected, we've got a calcium hardness of 110, which is well below National Plasterers Council standards. We want to have at least 200 parts per million. So we will now use the Orenda app to figure out exactly how much calcium we need to add to the bucket here, and then we'll get this running so that we're starting to fill the pool. All right, so now I'm just going to pull up the Orenda app on my phone here, and we're early spring here in California, so we're figuring about a 70-degree water temperature. And we know on this pool we've got 110 parts of calcium, and so I'm going to run it up to 230, saying that I want 230 parts of calcium in here, and go to the calculations page, and it's telling me I need 22 pounds of calcium chloride. So we will we've got a 50-pound bag of calcium right here. So we'll add 22 pounds right here into the bucket, and then we'll get this overflowing and starting to fill into the pool. All right, now that we've got our half bag of calcium added, turn the water back on. As you can see, we're starting to fill up. We're just about to the point where it's going to start drifting over down into the pool. And so we're just utilizing this hose as a gravity feed. We've got another hose going for fill line, and we're going to get a third hose going in here so that we're filling as quickly as possible. This added maybe 15 minutes to the end of my day. I'm here all day during plaster. For many years, I came in the following day and added calcium the next day. And now we're really starting to learn that even during that first 24, 30 hours, you're getting so much damage to the plaster right at the beginning that it just, for the extra 15 minutes, it's going to make the client's long-term happiness with the pool so much better. It's going to extend the life expectancy of the plaster. It goes with us. We take it from pool to pool. The initial investment is not that much, and for the overall expectancy of what we can offer as far as increased longevity, it's so worth it to me.